late April, here at the Pacific Rim Institute, together with spring gold, or biscuit root, or bladder desert parsley. And it is related to parsley in the same family of Apiaceae or umbelliferae, or Apiaceae or umbelliferae. And they're called umbelliferae because they carry umbels. Umbels are this particular type of inflorescence when from one particular point you have an array of several pedicels on this peduncle, the stem, the stalk of the inflorescence. In this case, it has very few bracts at the base comparative to, for example, Queen's Anne's lace, which is also wild carrot, which has much more involved bracts underneath this umbel. Also on this particular species of Lomatium utriculatum or Lomatium utriculatum, depending who you ask, the pedicels, the rays of this umbel are not equal in size. The leaves are basal. The reason it's called bladder desert parsley, it's first of all, the leaves look more like dill to me, but not that far away from parsley as well, which are obviously related and in the same family of Apiaceae or umbelliferae. But the bladders are referring to these clasping basal part of the leaf. So this is a leaf which is multiply divided to these very thin divisions. It's apparently edible, just like dill and parsley. And then its base, it's clasping on the stem with this bladder, which actually it's a part that was protecting the leaf before it opened up completely. It does get rather dry in this area. It is wet now because it's still spring, but it could get dry later in the season. Spring gold, the common name, refers to this abundance of bright yellow flowers cheering up a whole valley or pasture meadow, in this case, prairie remnant. Another common name besides bladder desert parsley and spring gold, referring to these gorgeously golden yellow flowers, it's also called biscuit root. The roots are edible, and hence the name biscuit root. And I'm not sure if it's the southern US biscuits or the British biscuits, as in cookies. It is rather tedious to peel it. It's delicious raw, even though I strongly recommend not eating too many. First of all, definitely not from this prairie remnant. But if you have a pasture and it's full with this biscuit roots, by all means, you might want to experiment with a handful of this biscuit roots. But it is related to the carrots, and you can make a carrot cake, so why not a biscuit root? But this family of Apiaceae also includes deadly poisonous plants such as poison hemlock, and even worse than poison hemlock, if it's, if you could believe, it's water hemlock. It is a Eurasian plant, a North African plant, but it was introduced probably inadvertently to North America. And here in the Pacific Northwest, there is also another water hemlock besides the Eurasian water hemlock, which are also deadly poisonous. So I don't like to experiment too much with plants from particularly this family, unless I'm clearly told that other people before me have tried them and they are not bad. After pollination and fertilization, it will produce seeds. The seeds are rather large and they're winged, flat, discoidal, and they're taken by the wind. And they also can be used for flavoring. Again, in my opinion, in small amounts because, they're not selected for being edible plants. But if you have any piece of land in the regions where this plant is native to, which is Western North America, from British Columbia all the way to California, in Washington on the western side of the Cascades Mountains, I encourage you to protect it and allow it to thrive. Spring gold, bladder parsley, or biscuit root, or Lomatium utriculatum, I encourage you to encourage it catch a root hold in your meadow or prairie or forest edge.